5-day Messenger Bootcamp. Today, day 2. Yesterday, we saw some super interesting stuff with the legend John Preston. And today, we're actually going to see even more interesting stuff regarding, obviously, Messenger marketing and recruiting into your business. So, as you know, like most of you obviously have a product, less of you actually have a service, but this works for both of you actually, guys. And you know that, for example, for products, let's say health awareness products, if you want to post something on Facebook, you can know like before and after, and also like even posting like the actual photos of the products is not really working, because you want to create curiosity on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on your profiles, on your pages, but not give the game away. So what you can do instead inside the Messenger, inside the ManyChat, inside Messenger itself, you can do anything. So you can send before and after product pictures, carousels, and everything you want. So that's why it's super important to have this tool set up. And also, it will do the work for you, whether you have 1 prospect, 10 prospects, 100 prospects. You don't have to tell the same things over and over and over again, because you have one tool automated that is doing all the heavy lifting. So today is going to be, I don't want to take much time because it's going to be super intense. Yesterday already was incredibly intense and people loved it. I had so many messages, that amazing comments from you guys. So over to you, John, and ready to smash it.
Yay, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Got how many comments yesterday? So hello to everyone who's here already. We're starting to see people turn up. We're going to be a bit more laser focused tonight, so not trying to cover a million different things. I'm going to start off with just 5 minutes and try and answer a couple of questions from what went on yesterday, and then we're going to start building, and we're going to concentrate on products tonight. So just looking through, are there any questions from yesterday? Has everyone managed to go on and go around ManyChat and press all the buttons and explore a little bit? You don't need to understand it, but have you got on and explored it? So let's see some thumbs up and hearts and laughing if you didn't understand it, or let's have some of that just to see, have you managed to do yesterday's homework? Oh, Keith made it as well. Keith told me he wasn't going to be able to make it because he was making dinner, but clearly dinner's taken a back seat. Loads of hearts. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. Oh, so you don't have an add button. Is that for a page? So on the older version of Facebook, you can actually do that from your personal profile. It will say pages and then just add a page. So I've not had the old version on Facebook for some time, so it's a little bit tricky as to where it was. So today we are going to be glad to hear dinner is in the oven, Keith, not neglecting the family. We're going to spend all our time on ManyChat today, so just totally focused. We are building. So what I'm trying to demonstrate for you today is how to actually go and start putting some flows together. So I'm not showing you this is exactly what you need to do when we're talking about your product or service, but you'll get an idea of the sort of things you can do, and show you some of the different things that you can actually accomplish within Messenger. So someone's putting an angry face. Who's put an angry face? Same for me, no add button. If you're talking about adding a page, then yeah, you can probably find it on your personal profile. Should I be able to access my ManyChat from my home page? No, you need to go to manychat.com. If you look in the group, there's an announcement right at the top, and it will say get ManyChat, and you'll be able to go on there, and then you connect your page in there. It will ask you to connect your page. So let's head over. Greatest challenge was to go for the upgrade of the Facebook page. You don't upgrade a Facebook page. if you already have your page, then you don't need to create a page. You just need to log into ManyChat and then you connect your page. Right, let's get on to ManyChat itself. So I'm going to share my screen. And hopefully you will be able to see the ManyChat dashboard. And as you can see, what I've done on here is now I've upgraded the new account, the baby account, which we started yesterday. And we'll do everything on here so you can see me starting everything from scratch. So here we are on the dashboard. And we're going to spend all of our time today building flows. So if you look down the side here in this menu on the left, then it says automation. Yeah. And if I, baby bot, if I click on automation, you'll see these open, but actually it opens right up into flows. Yeah, you can see it's a white background. When we go into the flows itself, I will zoom in so it'll be nice and big. And what you can see I've done here is I've started creating folders, and I find this is really, really, really key when you're starting to build this, to keep, especially when you're starting to build more advanced bots, is to keep everything tidy. So I've created, this is not actually anything really dodgy in here, it's just some of the flows that I don't intend to do very much with. I've put one together for opportunity flows for tomorrow. Product flows, which we're going to go today. When we do a team onboarding one, let's do that with this. I can create that folder there. So you'll see I'm creating folders, and when I want to make flows now, so we're going to be working on products today. I'm going to go into my product flow folder. So I know where everything is, keeping it tidy. And the things that we're going to cover in this training tonight are going through a product questioning flow or a service questioning flow. So the questions you'd ask to almost pre-qualify or understand what somebody is there for. We're going to do a gallery or carousel of different products, so showcasing all the different things we can do. Individual products and how you can share them and why we would do that. We're going to look at growth tools, so start investigating how do we get people into it. We could build the best bot on earth, but if nobody ever sees it, then it's pretty pointless. And then we're going to talk about re-engagement. So Katie is just saying, can we talk about how to delete flows? So if I just go back here, let's have a look in this one. So let me, if I just, in fact, I don't know whether you can see this on here. So just behind my head, there is a blue button and it says new flow. So plus new flow, top right, there's nothing else above that or to the right. So I'm going to click that and we'll just call it test. And I'm not showing you how to build anything just yet. And I'll publish that. Right, so now we've got, if I go back to flows, I've got this flow. It doesn't do anything for me, so I just want to get rid of it really. All I'm going to do is I can select this flow, go on here and hit delete. Now, that doesn't permanently delete it. What I need to do is go to trash. And again, I need to select the flow and delete again. And then it is permanently deleted. So if you delete it from flows, it ends up in trash. You also need to delete it from trash. So that's possibly where you were struggling before. I'm not sure why your page is blurred. Again, I can see it really clearly on this. When I go into building flows, I'll be able to zoom in a bit for you as well. So I'm going to go to product flows now, which is where we're going to be building tonight. Please do ask questions as we go through. So remember now, I'm in my folder, and the first thing we're going to work on are product questions, or it could be your service questions. I know not everyone has physical products. I would click on top right and click on new flow, but I've already kind of made these so I know what we're going to do. So imagine I've clicked new flow and I don't want re-engagement, I want product questions to pop up. So here we are now in ManyChat, actually building a flow. Now, if yours doesn't look like this, make sure, again, just behind my head, it will say, go to Flow Builder. We've got two variations. You've got Basic Builder, which looks like this, and I never work on this. Or go to Flow Builder, and this is Flow Builder. When you go onto ManyChat, who's actually on ManyChat now whilst we're doing this? Just give me a thumbs up if you're actually on ManyChat going through this. And we'll see if people are. Yeah, okay, so are you on Basic Builder or are you on Flow Builder when you first went in? Yeah, so Arlene's on there. So is your view the same as this that I can see here, or are you on, which view are you on? So everyone that's saying yes, you're on it. Are you seeing Flow Builder or Basic Builder? Flow or Basic? Flow Builder. I want everyone to be on Flow Builder. So if you're not, where it says, it'll say just underneath preview and publish, top right, it will say go to Flow Builder. That's where you need to be. Right, so let's actually start building something. We're gonna need to put some questions in this. And what I want to show you here is what, so if I click on this box, it's going to pop open on the left-hand side here. And I'll just zoom it in slightly so you can see what's coming into here. Okay, so I can see one person's on Basic Builder. Go to the top right and go to select, go to Flow Builder. Okay, Brian, you need to go to Flow Builder, yeah? It needs to look like this. Yeah, it should say go to Basic Builder at the top, but don't click it. You where you need to be, Veronique. Cool, looks like most people are on there. So let's start here at the top. So content type, other. I'm not going to explain loads about, it's just on the top right. If it looks like this, then you're on Flow Builder. If it doesn't, you're on Basic. I'm not going to explain all about content types and tags and that sort of thing now. Just make sure you select other. Then we're going to select some text. And this is going to be all about why is this person here? So imagine if, you know, this is a product, one that we're going to go with. And the examples we're going to use, it was the first person up yesterday. I am not, can everyone else see the screen? Everyone see it all right? Yeah, I'm not going to, this isn't a product I promote or actually know anything about, but we're using this. This was the first person that came up yesterday, so we're going to use these products just for the example. And this is kind of a nutrition type product. So let's pretend we're on nutrition, but I know Jamie's watching here. It could be for a service. So I know your utility warehouse, it could be, you'll see how we can work this. Now, we're not going to use text here. We want to save all of these answers. So we're going to use user input. Now, user input means that we're going to ask a question and we're going to save the answer. So you'll see I deleted the text box by just clicking the X next to it. The arrows here mean that I can move it up and down in this group of messages, and this means duplicate it. But if I just type in here, so this is going to be our very first question. And this first question we want to ask, and this is, where did I go to have what? the questions, I went down to user input. So user input is where we put a question in where we're going to save something to what's called a custom field. So this screen, you would click on new flow. That's it, Ruth's got it. Ruth is going to the top of the class. I've started a new flow, and then you will get, yeah, it's a pro. It's, if you're not in a pro account, then you would just go with text. Yeah? So it'd be just the same with a text box, but I want to save these and show you how to use custom fields. But don't worry, you can type in exactly the same messages and still get responses just with this, but we're not saving the answer as such. You would need to look back through the conversation for it. Okay? Right, so our first question on here is basic marketing. Again, if you are on the basic version, then just do it as text. And text is this one top left rather than user input. I'll do this first one as user input. Right, anyway. First one. What is it? What is it you need help with today? So, I don't know if like Jamie, you're talking about utilities. Is it household bills? Is it phone? Is it electricity? We are working with a nutrition type business. I'm not entirely sure what the different categories are in here, but we can do a couple of things on this. We can save the response as a text, or we could do it as multiple choice. And we're going to create the custom field, which is what we're going to save it to. What I need help with, and then click to save that. Okay. Yeah, Christian, you could just do it as a text box. I just want this in there for if you decide to upgrade. This is like a really cool feature that you would want to use. And we're going to add some buttons. One thing that I found when doing this is that when you bring people in, it's much better to give them buttons to press as opposed to say, can you type this in a lot of cases, because people are generally idiots and they're going to type in all kinds of rubbish into this. What is it you need help with today? How much is it? What is it you need help with today? I'm lost, or it's a scam, or it doesn't work, or just give them buttons to press and they'll press them. It's fine. So we're going to put a quick reply in here. And let's say, what is I need help with today? It could be diet. It could be skin. It could be gut health. And you'll see here just on this preview on the right-hand side that that's what the message actually looks like. So we've asked a question, it's popped up with 3 buttons underneath with what the options are. Yvette, I'm going to show you what it looks like just with a basic message as well. So don't worry, I'll show you both types. I think it's just important because the custom fields are a very, very cool feature that you would want to use. So yeah, Yvette, I'm going to show you on the next one how we just ask a question. So we've asked this question, and once they reply, we can move on to the next question. So what is it you're here for today? And we've saved that response. And then, actually I don't want an action reply. Down here, continue to another step. If I click this, it's going to say choose the next step. Now I can, what I'm going to do is get my mouse on here and just drag it And the next step, we've got all of these options, but we want to send a message. Content type, other. And I'm just going to use text. For those of you that are on basic, the next one we'll just do as text. So we've asked the first question, what is it you need help with today? Yeah? And I'm going to put in a typing delay. So again, it's conversational marketing, and you see I added a delay, and it pops up at the bottom, but I want this typing delay here. So they'll type the response in, and then it will look like it's typing, and then we ask the next question. And this is just a plain text reply. So, what have you tried before? So, what kind of button is it? So the ones at the bottom there, these are called quick replies. So when we're building messages out, you've got a couple of options. And you'll see on here that I can add a button, or I can add a quick reply. Everyone see okay? I think it froze for a second. Yeah? You still with me? Am I still with you? Right, I'll keep going. Yeah, I'm getting thumbs up. I think I froze for a second. So, okay, wait. I'm going to do this as just a text, and I'll show you what we can do. I'll show you a couple of options. I can't enlarge my screen though. I've enlarged these, so hopefully you can see them. I'm going to add a button, and we can type some responses in. What have you tried before? I've tried shakes before, or I could put I've tried dieting before. So that's what it looks like when you add buttons. So you can add 3 buttons, and you can send a message, you can open websites, you can call phone numbers, we can do actions, but we're not going to do those. Adding quick replies, again, same thing. I could put shakes or diets. Now, we're not storing these answers. So if you're in a free account, you could, by all means, do this. The user experience would be the same. How to start the flow. So Arlene, if you just click, if you're in automation, and then top right, you'll see plus new flow. So you can just click that and you'll end up right here. So what I need to do now is create the next step. That's because the waiting for response is on the custom fields, so that user, if we're doing this user input, if you're doing text, so like on here, I don't have waiting for a reply from the user. It will only move on when somebody puts the response in. So let's say somebody said shakes and dieting, or yeah, like I said, this second message is exactly what you will see if you are on just a basic account, yeah? So this I'm showing you here is exactly what you'll be able to get to. Now, I don't want to click continue to another step because I want them to give me an answer, yeah? You certainly will have delay. These are pro features here. The rest of it, you'll be able to use. Okay, so I've asked them, what have you tried before? How did I get shakes and diet at the bottom? I either pressed add a quick reply. You can have up to 11 quick replies, whereas buttons, add a button, you can have 3 buttons. And let's say, yes, you can add a delay. So this is what it would look like on basic. It's just down here, delay. Yeah, absolutely. You can use this for whatever you like. All we're doing at the moment is asking a few questions to understand what our person is here for. You could make these questions anything you like. Yeah, I'm just showing you what potentially it could look like. So let's say another way of actually creating a message on here. So I could drag this and click send a message, or I can just double click on the screen. It'll say send a message. So, and then drag this to here. So let's say people have said shakes, and I can connect up those just by dragging from here and attaching to this box. So if anyone clicks this or this, they are going to get this message. And this is where we start getting really individual. So it's not the same message for everyone who has said shakes and the same message for everyone who has said dieting. Content type, other. Delay. And let's just drag that to the top. Ah, you haven't got your flow like mine. If you just look on there, so I'll show you either added a button or add quick replies, Darla. Yeah? So now, because this message is only going to people who said, what have I tried before? Shakes. You can go, shakes. Okay. And again, just down here, you'll see whilst I'm typing this, and it might be quite small for some of you, there's this little black box. The first one is in emoji, so we can add an emoji. Or we can add what we call custom fields. And I'll show you. How did that work out for you? And then we can add a first name. And we want them to then type their response to that. So yeah, dragging from the options, I'll show you again how that one. Now, because we're not on a pro account, we're going to need to put some options. So let's say I lost weight. Lost and gained again. So 2 options on that one. So let's do one for dieting then. So I'll show you how I drag from the options again. So we're going to do another one. And again, do I want to keep on repeating myself and starting from scratch again? Actually, if I go to the top here and hover over this, you'll see that I get an option to either delete it or duplicate it. So I'm going to duplicate it. And I can move this here. And let's say, okay, I'm going to change that to dieting. So if they've clicked dieting, you go, oh, dieting. Okay, how did that work out for you? If they click shakes, it's shakes. Okay, how did that work out for you? So we're starting to take people, no, you get as many options on either account. Buttons, 3 buttons. Quick replies, 11. But yeah, often people just type an answer. That's okay, but they tend to type rubbish, or they'll type something which is nothing to do with what you're asking them, and the whole thing grinds to a halt. So realistically, unless you want to actually start at this point, give them options. Yes, Keith's good point from Keith. When people first come into it, to tell them to actually click the buttons. So very, very clear instructions. What is it you need help with today? So I can say buttons. Tap one of the buttons below, put an emoji in it, pointing down. You'll be surprised at the amount of people you go, tap one of these buttons below and they'll still type an answer in. It's quite a lot. Back to, I've made this message here. So if you see, all I'm doing is putting my mouse over this circle and I can drag that and just attach it. Buttons, Arlene, buttons are 3 and quick replies are 11. So we could have lots more, you know, if I go back to this on quick replies, you know, loads of these. I could, you know, I can do whatever I like with this. So we could have lots of different answers. But these will have an option of 3. Yeah. Interestingly as well, if you think, do you know what? I don't want those there. I can get hold of these, and you can actually move them around in the order of where they are. We want to get rid of these. Right, so if they type rather than they reply, no, I don't really tend to use both, Ramona, because you don't need to. This is just really, I'm demonstrating that these are your different options. The difference between the two is that a button is permanent. So if they click shakes, they can go back and click dieting. If they clicked one of these, they would disappear. So let's, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just, I'll show you what this looks like so far. So you can see what it looks like actually going through the messages. Okay, so let's just publish that and then we'll preview it and send to Messenger. And head over to Messenger and you'll see. No, you can move things around anywhere you like. So you'll see here on a phone, it always looks a lot nicer. Messenger's very much designed for phone use. But what do you need help with today? Tap one of the buttons below and you can see down here we've got diet, skin and gut health. So I've chosen gut health. When I do that, it's doing the little dots to show that it's typing. What have I tried before? Shakes and dieting. So these are permanent buttons, whereas the quick replies down here will disappear on the next one. So if I clicked shakes, those responses have now gone. Yeah, I could go back and click dieting if I wanted to. And then we've not actually got a response after that one. So that's what it looks like so far. The way I move things around, so you mean dragging the quick replies around? Again, no, you can do that. You can do that on yours. And again, you can move these around. That's all on a free account. I'm going to talk about how we actually get into how we actually send people to this, but we'll come back to that. So this is how do we ask those questions, and something that we can actually do. When I said quick replies are really useful, so when they've said, "Oh, I've lost weight," I can actually go put the delay in, And what was that first question that we asked? What is it you need help with before? I can then go back to someone and say, okay, first name. You told me you want help with. And then if I look at these custom fields, so click on these brackets down here and scroll down, here's that field that I've actually put in place. So, personal marketing. Now, okay, John, you told me that you need help with. You can make these questions anything you like, Yvette. You know, you build this and ask exactly the questions you want. So you told me that you want help with diet. I've got product or service for you. Yeah, fine. So if you see where I'm typing here, there's a black box underneath, which I appreciate will look quite small for you on the screen. The first thing is adding an emoji. The second image, which is like a pair of brackets, is all of these. So we can put in first name, last name, full name, page ID. You probably wouldn't want to put those in. The last text they've written in, last time they've seen, last interaction, when they subscribe, the time zone, male or female, all sorts of stuff. But actually, this is the answer that we've just taken. So we can start repeating their own answers back to them. So one thing that we quite often do is ask, that's more of a prospecting flow, but ask people what the current situation is, ask them why they need to change it, ask them what they want to earn each month to start seeing that change, and then repeat their answers back to them. You told me this, and that you want to achieve this, and you want to earn this. If I can show you a way to do it, would you be open to it? And everyone's going, hell yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you can, it's going to be difficult for you to just continually do this as we're doing it. So I want to kind of move through this and show you how we connect things up. So I'm going to move on relatively quickly on this. We're going to go back to our product flows. Remember, all your flows sit in, if we go to flows, here's my folder. Now you see these have got yellow dots next to them. These are ones that I'm editing. Whereas we've published this and it's all okay. So product questions are there. I've just asked, I said to someone, well, I've got this amazing product for you. Can I show you it? Now I'm going to put a few things in together. And this looks really, really cool when you're doing it on a phone. And I'm going to just pull a couple of products from this company. Again, this was just the first person who responded yesterday. So I know nothing about this company. I'm not advocating joining the company or anything. And these products are called Thrive. So we're just going to go and add some of these products in. And let's say we want some of these. We want some popcorn chips. So we'll save those. And I'm going to add an image. So when I click on this actually is a gallery. Yeah, so when you're putting this together, just have a think about what questions are they asking themselves. You need to get your prospect to understand what they are there for and tell you the problem that you can solve. It's not about you going, here's everything, here's all my stuff, try and pick out that what's relevant. Ask them what it is they are there for. What do they need help with? How can you solve their problem? That's your qualifying questions. Get them to understand, get them to sell your solution to themselves. Yeah? So I've chosen on here, just to take a step back, gallery. Now a gallery is a collection of cards. So I'm going to put an image in here. And we're going to use these popcorn things. We've got two different sizes. I'm going to go for the larger one, so that looks better, doesn't it? And then I can copy a bit of text from here, enter a title. I can enter a bit of text about it. You don't have too many. You don't have too many characters in this, so I'll show you. If I put this in, I've run out of characters by 54, so we'll have to delete some of that. There we go. And I'm going to add a button to this. There's a couple of things. I can enter a URL, so if somebody clicks anywhere on this, they could go straight through to it. So I'd need to click on that, and I can just copy the link and add it there. And then anyone clicks on this, they would go through to that link. Or I can add a button, and I'm going to do that in a second because I'm going to add one more product to this. So let's add another product. So let's pick another one. What should we go for? I don't know what any of them are. Oh, let's go black label. That sounds cool. So let's save that image. And we're going to add this one. And by clicking plus, I can add more. And again, I can have up to 11 of these. And this is a gallery, so you can scroll through the different products. So we've got this one. Let's enter a title for it. Can't remember what it was. Black label. Could have remembered that really. So it's black label. See how fast we can do this? We're just copying it. Mood support and plenty of attitude. I know a few people who could do with that, to be fair. Okay, and then we'll stick a URL in it. So I'll just click on that. Copy it. And that's in there. So I could publish this now. And shall we have a quick look at what this looks like in Messenger? So I'll publish it and preview it. Oh yeah, well we can go further than this. And look how great it looks as well, especially if you've got some nice images. So there we go. That's what it looks like. And actually, you know, if there's more, I could scroll through to look at those. If I click anywhere on the image on there, there we go, straight through to that product page. So you would have your own individual link in there. Now let's take it one stage further, because what I like to do is separate things. And you'll see if I go back to this folder that I've separated. We're not actually doing a product 3, but let's go to product 1 and show you how we take this a step further. So content type other again. I'm going to delete this, but we're going to, instead of that gallery, I'm just going to do an individual product and use one of the images we used before. So that was popcorn, I think. Make it that bigger one. I'm not going to add all the information in again, just it's only for a demo purpose, isn't it? You can add anything you like in here, and let's have a look at this, because what we've got here are buttons. And I can go shop now. I can go watch video. I can put ask a question. So just some options that you can put in there. So if we want to send one specific product to somebody, we can do that. So shop now. I'm going to put the same links in a couple of them. Shop now is open a website. Goes to there. Watch video. That's not what I want. You see the possibilities with this. You can put anything you like in here. So we can have watch video there. Let's have an emoji with it. Bit of popcorn, because we're watching the video. And we'll open the website and that's the website address. Ask a question. Do any of you have your own online schedulers or diaries? We could put that in there. So we could go, well, we're going to have a message for this one. So send me a message. Other. Anyone that's watching this, have they got an online diary? Have you got a Calendly or an Acuity or something link? I want you to stick it in the comments. And I'm going to add this to it. And we'll have a look what it looks like. Yeah, first link, I just want to add it in here. Or actually message it to me directly, that'll be easier. Okay, so if you've got a link to a calendar, then actually I'm saying stick it in here. I'm watching on a different account. So if you can message that to me, maybe. Oh, in fact, do you know what? I'm just going to stick calendar little comment if we can. Nav's jumped in there to the rescue. Right. So there we go. So let's have a look at what this looks like. So message from Messenger Bootcamp. This looks amazing on the phone as well. So what can we do? We can shop now. We can watch the video. We've done that. Ask a question. So click ask a question. Why don't you book a call with me? Book now. Straight to your calendar. So you see how we're starting to automate the whole process now. I'm going to do another product, and then I'll show you what we're going to do and connect this up with our carousel. So we're going to put a card in there. I'm going to delete this, upload an image. What's the image? It was black label. I'm not going to fill this out properly, but we'll say, call me. Open the website. There you go. This one I haven't done properly just because we need to get moving. So back to the product flows. Look how we can do this even better. So product carousel. we've got two products on here, but we're going to add in, if you've got a flow that you're already working on, you need to click Edit Flow up at the top to actually go into it. So we're going to go onto our carousel. We're going to add a button, and let's click Select. And the reason I'm doing this is if I put everything in one flow, I can't go back and send. So let's say I'm doing a promotion one day on popcorn. I don't want to send them to a list of everything. I want to send them to popcorn. So I'll put it as a separate item on its own. So if I put Select as a button on there, and I put Select as a button on here, scroll down, watch, I'm going to just drag it. And when these options come up, I'm not going to send a message. I'm going to start a different flow. Click to select the flow, or it's up here in the top left. Product flows, product one, and there it is. Select, start a flow, select the flow, product two, and select that. So let's publish this and I'll show you how this moves on. So here we are back in Messenger. So let's say, okay, I want, here's my carousel. So here's all the products. Definitely want popcorn chips. And now the separate one for popcorn has opened up. Now, here's another thing that you can do with it, is that no, I won't show you that actually. Let's head back to this. So we're back in product flows. And now because we've done those, the product questions, we can actually go back to this. I've got exactly the right product or service for you. Would you like to see? Of course they want to see. They've just answered all these questions. Yes, what we're going to do, start another flow. Select the flow, product flows, product carousel. So you see how now the whole automation is coming together. Watch this. What is it you need help with today? Gut health. I don't think popcorn's going to help with it, but you get the idea. What have you tried before? I've tried diets before. How did that work out for you? Lost and gained again. Okay, John, you told me you want help with gut health, which is what I've just said. I've got exactly the right product stroke service for you. Would you like to see? Of course I would. Yes. Boom, here's my products. Oh, popcorn chips, 4 delicious flavors, 2 to 3 grams of protein. Count me the hell in. There we go. Shop now, watch video, ask a question. We're totally automating our process. And you can do this with anything. It doesn't have to be a physical product. So you see how we've gone through the questioning, call to action, to a carousel of products. How do you get your boxes smaller? Which boxes? The image here, it depends on the size of your image. Yes, it's always better to plan out what you're going to say, what you're going to ask before we do it. This is really to demonstrate how you start building, how you create the message blocks, how you actually build it out in the first place. So you see how I've structured this in lots of different flows. Yeah, absolutely can't be that. You could put that in a button if there's enough text. Let's talk about the flow boxes. You mean the image boxes or the, I'm not quite sure what you're asking. You can let me know anyway. Let's talk about re-engagement. So yesterday I got you to everyone set up one-time notifications. Going too fast and the letters are too small. I can't do anything about the letters. And realistically, this is here for you to go back and stop and pause and keep on going backwards and forwards through. Yeah. The more we do this, so we'll do a different type of content tomorrow and again the day after. And it's all repeat and repeat and repeat for you. So hopefully by the end of the week, you've got a real clear idea how you can start building out your own flows. So obviously tonight you'll be able to go away, plan out what your questioning flow is, plan out what your different products and offerings are, and then actually start putting some links into it and play around with it, see how it feels on your phone. Well, let's talk about re-engagement. And I'm going to put a message in here. So the content type again is other. And I'm going to just watch what we do here. So would you like to know would you like to know when there's a special offer? Yeah, you need to actually create a product flow. We've done everything from scratch here. So you can create new flow and call it product flow or a folder. You can actually link out and connect PayPal directly, or yeah, you can put PayPal. If you've got a URL link, you can put it behind a button as open a website, definitely. You can connect Stripe really easily as well. Would you like to know when there's a special offer? If so, click. Click notify me below. And I'm going to see down here, OTNR. This is what everyone's asking, yeah? How do I go back to people? Whilst they are here, whilst they are engaged, we're going to ask them, can I come back to you when I've got promotion? Describe the topic. So we need to get specific consent. Let me know about promos. Topic name is opted in to promo. New topic, opted into promo. Right. So anyone that clicks this, if I publish it, we can then go back to them anytime we want. I'll show you this in the form of a broadcast. In fact, I'm going to just preview it so that I've gone through it. I've clicked notify me. Probably best to actually put a response. I'll need to go through it properly. In fact, I'll show you ways that we can get people in. We're kind of would ask them for the email if there's a good reason. Emails and phone numbers are currency. There needs to be a good reason for it. So yes, if you can get an email, get it. If you can ask the phone number, get it. So we're pretty much running out of time now, but this re-engagement is we're getting people to opt in, and I'll show you how we use that on the next one, how we actually use these opt-ins, because you can do as many of these as you like. So if it's promotions, if it's when I'm doing a webinar, it's when I'm doing this and doing that, get people to opt in for all these sort of things. But what we will do is we will go onto our flows, and let's say anybody that goes to any of our product flows, or anyone that goes to our carousel, shall we say, this will catch everyone. Go and edit this flow. I'm going to click this and go for continue to another step. I'm going to, this is a pro account, so I can use smart delays. If you're just on a free account, you can't, but you could, you could put like a minute delay or something like this in here. Smart delay of 1 hour, and then start a flow, which is re-engagement. So an hour after anyone starting browsing products, I'm going back to them saying, can I let you know when there's a promotion? Anyone that does it, yeah? So I'm already thinking, how am I going to speak to them again? Right, so we've only concentrated on building a flow this evening. Homework this evening is to plan out your questioning flow, maybe 5 questions at the most, and think about what the prospect is there for, not about you shoving your information down their throat. But you can direct it that you know you've got very specific fields that you know, like this one, it was got health or diet or whatever. If it's utilities, it could be what is it? What's most important to you? Is it saving money? Is it reducing bills? Is it saving up for something? You know, just those sort of ideas, and put that into a flow, and let's have a look what that looks like. And then start building out carousels and different images and linking them all together. But go back, stop, pause the videos and test it out. We'll have a quick Q&A, 5 minutes. Any questions you've got, put them in now, and I'll try and go through. What happens if they text instead of select a button? So that's where your default reply would come in. So if they type in and you've got quick replies, those have gone. So if you've got buttons, those are still there. So you could add your default reply, which, remember from yesterday, was settings, messenger, default reply. You could put something like, it looks like you've typed a response rather than clicking a button. If that's the case, scroll back up to the last message and tap one of the buttons. Yeah, and that will cover it. Darla, you just won't, unless you create a product flow, you won't have an option. So let's go back to automation. I've done it by clicking new folder. Yeah. So Darla, you're watching this. I'm going to click new folder. I've created that new folder there. And then if I go to product, I can then create new flows. I appreciate some of these might be behind my head on there. You can make these in any language that you want. You're typing it in. You can do it in any language. So for tomorrow, again, I'm going to put a post up there, and tomorrow I'm going to talk about prospecting. And I want to know generic questions. Well, you know, if you don't ask, so I want to know generically what questions you think that people that are joining your team need to be asking of themselves, and then what questions are important to you to ask that qualify somebody. So what's an absolute no? Is it important to say to people, have you got any money to invest in this? Yeah? A pre-qualification flow is there to stop every single person getting through and only speaking to the right people. So what questions do we want to ask in a qualification flow? And remember, it is nothing to do with your compensation plan, your product, your service, a 45-minute video. It's got nothing to do with that. What is it your potential new team member is there for? And that's what we're going to build into a flow tomorrow. So we're going to try and get 6 questions or so. Do we have some more questions on these? Just generally building the flows? Franco, do you know what? Franco has just said, are you coachable? And I interviewed 6 or 7 really top leaders a while ago for some of our stuff. And we wanted these kind of quick questions. What is it that you ask everybody that comes on board? What are the questions? So the people who are just demon recruiters, what questions do you ask them? And it's got to be a yes. Every single one of them said, are you coachable? So that is, I love seeing that. Awesome. Is there a benefit of text over user input or vice versa? Initial stages, I like to use, well, no, in fact, user input, I would always use user input. Always, always, always. I literally don't, you know, the accounts that I'm working on, live accounts, client accounts, I wouldn't work with somebody on a free account. That doesn't mean that you have to, though. Any more questions? I don't know what let's Lord tomorrow means, but let's do it anyway. But remember, homework tonight. Go in there. You are going to build out your product or service flow. You're going to build out your initial questioning flow. You're going to build out a carousel with your products and services. You're going to build out individual. Do you get a no ever? Yes. Yeah. I'm going to put the question in the group, so put them back in. Can I repeat the steps again, Grace? So this evening, Grace, what you're going to do is run through the video again. You're going to create some folders. You're going to create some flows, and the flows are going to be your questioning as to what are people there for, what is the problem that they have that you can help with. You're then going to build out a gallery, so gallery cards in a set of messages, and then you're going to put in some products, and then you're going to create individual product or service flows. Should every message start with a delay? I tend to, because it's conversational. I'm not pretending to be a person, but to actually just have that typing response stops it being bang, 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 bang with the messages. Does it integrate with ClickFunnels? Yes, it does. You'll be able to send people direct to ClickFunnels. Do you come for the products or a good opportunity to join us? Yeah, I mean, that's actually a really good question. Once you see how we've actually joined all of those flows up now, once we've got an opportunity flow, then we can bring people in. Our welcome message would be, what are you here for today? Is it products or is it a business opportunity? So people that come in, so it's great. You're understanding what we can do here. Yeah, practice the questions, send them to people. Someone said, can we share the questions with our team? Once you've built this, yes, you can create templates of, you can create a template of everything that you've built and share with them on their ManyChat accounts. So if you build it, you can give it over to your team. You can sell it to your team if you're that way inclined. Okay, I think we're going to call it a day there. We've gone about 10 minutes over the hour. So I'll put a post in the group for tomorrow, what we're going to do. Give it a go. The best way, as I said yesterday, if you're anything like me, the best way you're going to learn this is by getting in there and doing it. And if it goes a bit wrong, I showed you how to delete stuff right at the start. Okay. Vincenzo, unless you've got anything to say, I am going to call it a day here. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
Thank you, John, as always.
I only say this to test whether he's asleep or not.
always been here, always been here. Amazing, amazing, as always. So tomorrow it's going to be even better, as always.
It certainly is. Yep, we're going to go opportunity tomorrow.
Vamos.
Okay, right. I'm going to stop the recording.